Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and today we are going sourcing at Ross. So Ross is really hit and miss for me. Sometimes I like going there, sometimes I don't like going there, but usually whenever I find stuff, it's for pretty good profit. Especially toys during the holiday time, Ross always has really great price on toys. So today I'll be hitting up two Rosses and just filling you in on how I source there as I go. Typically, my go-to spots are beauty first, and then I'll go through the clothing, the baby stuff, and the toys. I don't always do the home, although sometimes I have found really great seasonal items, and it's summer right now, so they might have some really good seasonal items. Today, I'm going to go through the whole entire store, including the cash wrap, where you can find some good grocery type items. Alright, so I did pretty good for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was in the checkout line for like 10 minutes waiting for the cashier. But overall, I think I did alright. First up when I walked in was the seasonal items, so I went through and scanned all the different seasonal items. They had a bunch of goggles, none of them came up. So I scanned this float, which did come up. And at this point in the season, it's a little bit too high of a rank. Like, it's not going to get too much better anymore. But it also had like a funky photo because it had two rings which were different, and this one box is only the one ring. So I went ahead and went on to Amazon to kind of look at it and see, like, does it say you're only getting one, or what does it look like? And honestly, it wasn't much better there. So I just went ahead and, you know, passed on it in general because it also didn't make enough money. But I wanted to point it out because that's one that even if it did make enough money and the rank was good, you have to question whether customers are going to understand that they're only getting the one ring. And generally, I will look to the reviews of the product to see, but there are no reviews on this one because it's probably a brand new item. So that's just something to consider. You never want your customers confused or thinking they're going to get one thing and they get something else, because that could lead to a bad review. So after that, I headed over to the premium beauty, which is where they have everything in those little tubs, you know, so you don't shoplift them, I guess. It was funny because one of the things was $3.99 and I was like, okay. So I went through and scanned all of them. You kind of have to jiggle it around to like get to the UPC. Actually, Ross is a lot better than like Marshall's, where Marshall's is like really secure in there, so you can't necessarily move it to get to the UPC. So sometimes you have to scan the front like you're taking a photo of it to get it to come up, or type it in and enter it. Regardless, you want to make sure that you're getting a box that looks clean and new. And it's kind of hard to tell, but like you can see in this one, it's all smashed up a little bit. So you want to make sure it's new. Even when you get up to the cash register, after they take it out of the box, you can ask to look at it, because you can say you're giving it as a gift or whatever, but you want to make sure that it's nice and new looking, and also that it's in there, because stranger things have happened where the product's not actually in the box. But anyway, so I mean, if you don't want to get it at the end of the day, you don't have to get it even though they've taken it out, so don't feel bad about that. You need it to look new since it's going to be selling as new on Amazon. Ross also puts these like big old stickers on products, like way bigger than the product actually is. Now sometimes it fits fine and it looks like you probably would prep it at home anyways, but sometimes it looks crazy. So definitely, I just pass on them if they look crazy. This example that I filmed for you is actually on clear wrap, so you could probably take it off easy enough, but just something to consider, because as always, we want everything to be nice and new. You also need to check all your expiration dates for grocery and beauty and anything that has an expiration date, really. So it has to be, by Amazon standards, 90 days out for FBA. I say 120 because you need to allow for room for it to transfer around warehouses and get from you to Amazon. And if it gets to Amazon and is expired, guess what? It's going to go straight to stranded, and you don't want that. So definitely make sure it's far enough out. It should be far enough out so that the customer can actually use it before it expires also. Also, with all things beauty, you want to make sure the seals are on, so I always open everything and double check. So here you can see what the seal should look like. Now when I took this one off, I could actually smell it, so it didn't make a profit. I was just filming to show you the seal, but in general you want to make sure it's totally sealed. Just because it's on there doesn't mean it's sealed, so do a little like lift test and make sure it's sealed. If you ever encounter something like this where the barcode is over the UPC, Honestly, I used to just take a photo from the front, and you can still do that, obviously. I did that as well. So I went through this Burt's Bees just to show you all the different ways. So I tried scanning the UPC after I moved the barcode off, which is what I've started to do now because it's super annoying that they put it over there anyways. And yeah, so you can peel it off a little bit if you want to, or if it doesn't come up either way, you can go ahead and type it in. And so when finally I typed it in, it came up, and so there's that. Also, when you're in the beauty area of Ross, you want to make sure to do all the hanging stuff. So this product, lip balm, does not make $5 profit, but I have sold this brand in the past, and there are ones out there that do make $5 profit. So I just wanted to show you to, you know, encourage you to scan all the hanging stuff also. And then don't forget to ask for approval, because you never know what you'll get approved in. Today I asked for approval three times, and I got approved twice, and one I didn't get approved. So you always want to ask, because you just never know. If you go through and ask for approval and it doesn't automatically like work again, just close your app, rescan the item, and you should be able to sell it now. Now at Ross, you cannot do shoes because they do not come in the box, and you have to have the box. Even the hanging shoes, if they have them, they don't have the tags on them. They're really weird here at Ross with some stuff. So anyways, you can't sell shoes. You can sell clothing though. So I went through the kids and baby clothing, scanning. If you can sell the premium brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, definitely scan all of that stuff. They have some great deals here. Here's a couple that I found. If you want help getting ungated, I do have guides for that. I have the premium guide, the topical beauty guide, as well as the grocery guide. So all of which are very helpful at Ross because there's a lot of categories. There's all the different categories here. So anyways, yeah, definitely scan that. I found some Carter's baby clothes. You want to scan any of the brands that are like name brands, even some that are not name brands. Now, I don't know, maybe they are name brands and I just don't have kids or have kids in my life, so I don't know if they are, but I just scanned all the different stuff. You will scan a lot and it won't come up in clothing. Just keep scanning anyways. Move on to the next one. That is very typical. Like I would say probably only 30% actually came up with a listing, but it's pretty easy, and you just go through the hang tag, scan, back scan, just keep going. Also, you should scan through the bras and underwear. It's strange, I know, but they are on there, and some of them sell for quite a lot, so definitely scan through there. You won't regret it. And then of course scan all the toys. I scan all the name brand toys. It's just something you learn after doing it for a while. I know like this one is probably not on there and this one is, so just scan all the toys. I found a couple today. If you are a new seller, you want to scan through all the arts and crafts supplies. Now I didn't find any today that made any profit, but usually I can find some at Ross, so that's definitely another one worth going to. Also the kitchen stuff. So you can sell kitchen and home category. You will, however, find some brands that you cannot sell. Like I cannot sell KitchenAid. So I also found out today I can't sell OXO. So just scan anyway. So if you can't scan it, don't just stop because you found one you can't sell. Keep scanning everything. So here's something I found in the kitchen aisle, this cutie little teapot. Now you'd probably need a box for it because it didn't have a box on the shelf. It's just in the teapot. And then lastly, don't forget to scan through the cash wrap. If you're like me and was sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for the cashier, I just went ahead and scanned. So these ginger candies, they don't quite make $5 profit. They only cost $3.50 though. And I got auto approved. So maybe that's an auto approval for you on that one. They had quite a few of them here. And lastly, Ross does not accept tax exempt. Now every once in a while you might be able to get it to work. You can ask every time, bring your tax exempt sales tax license into the store, slam it down and say this is a tax exempt purchase, and just see what happens. They'll probably tell you sorry we don't do that, but you never know. So I might go to another Ross, I'm not sure. I'm kind of running out of time today, but I just wanted to fill you in on how to source Ross. Now I'm going to see what all my profit did, and so I'll catch you back for a recap in a little bit. Okay, so I didn't end up going to another Ross because the day kind of got away from me. Altogether, I was sourcing at that Ross for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I will say that filming, and I take notes on what I want to tell you about, what I found, and all of that. So if I wasn't filming that day, it probably would have been an hour and a half total in that store, an hour and a half. So this is everything that I found from that sourcing time at Ross. So I got 19 items all together, cost $225 for estimated profit of $190, so just under $200 profit for 85% ROI, which is return on investment. So I spent $225, I'm making 85% return on that $200, which is $192, just in case you were wondering what that is. I got some beauty items, some clothing items, toys, and home. So altogether, the beauty items, I did pretty good. I mean, they're not the best ROI, but it is, you know, bigger cost and bigger reward there for profit-wise. I found 4 of this one. Clothing, this was a mix of the Under Armour, Adidas, Nike, and some baby items from Carter's. So I got 8 items altogether in the clothing. And then I found 1 toy and 1 home item, which I showed you. So shopping at Ross is pretty much always like this. I wouldn't say I leave with cartfuls, which is great because they don't let you take the cart out of Ross, but I do leave with some stuff. You know, it's a decent amount. It's usually 2 or 3 bags. Toys during the holiday time are always really great because they are cheaper at Ross. So I'd highly recommend, if you are ungated in toys, sourcing at Ross. And if you are not ungated in toys, I definitely can help you out with my ungating guide. And Q4 is coming, so it is a great time to start getting ungated. I hope this sourcing video was helpful. I definitely like making sourcing videos, so I will continue to make more of them. If you like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to it because it helps me reach other sellers to try and help them as well. So if I've been helpful to you, you can subscribe, like, or comment, and that will help the algorithm tell other people about me, because sometimes I get people like, how do you only have X amount of subscribers? And I'm like, I don't know. I just make the videos. Maybe I'm not saying, hey, subscribe to my channel. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here for another Amazon selling video.